Hey, hi, Ashok. Hi, Krishna, Hari Rizwan, Satish, Nikhil, Kalyan. I'm audible?
Yes.
Sorry, actually, Muruga has to take, but he has some issue with his laptop. Okay, give me 2 minutes to make it system ready.
Yeah, hi Rish. I
Yeah.
joined.
Laptop working for Zoom?
Yeah, it's now working.
Okay. You can continue, right?
Yeah, I will continue. I will take the session.
Okay, thank you. At the end of, don't forget to end recording, then end the session.
Sure,
Okay. Yeah,
sure, sure.
thank you, team. Tomorrow, I think we have festival, right? I think I will cancel that invite, or we can continue. Satish, Harkishna, Ashok.
Better we can cancel. Hope everyone will join the festivals.
Okay, then. Okay, we can resume on Thursday. Chalo then. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Harish. Bye.
Mm.
Yeah, hi everyone. From yesterday's session, so anyone having any doubt before start today classes, will recall the yesterday session and I will give like 5 minutes for the question and answers for the yesterday sessions. How to create the solution and how to the create the publisher and what is the use of the publisher. Uh, so entity overview I have given, right? If anyone have any doubt, like please feel free to ask. If no doubt, like I will recall like very quickly like what we have discussed yesterday, 5 minutes, and we'll start the new session today. Let me share my screen. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. Hope everyone able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I hope everyone is clear from yesterday class. So I will quickly recall yesterday what we have discussed. If anyone is missed, like they will also like know what is happening. So when we started any project, right? So if you have any assignments, where we need to start? So we need to create the solution. If already solution is existed, so we need to use that solution. Otherwise, we need to create the solution. Don't create like in the default solution that we have already discussed, why we don't need to create the customizations in default solutions. It's difficult to export the customization from one arc to another arc. That's the reason, so we need to make our own solution, like custom solution, managed solution, to do the customization. Whether so in real time, so we will maintain one unique solution to develop, or individual developer they will create their own solution and they will start development, and later so we will merge all the components in one solution and we will move it. Like this is how like in real time, so we'll do. So as I told like how to create solution yesterday, so we need to create new and give the display name, and the name automatically it will take it, and we need to select the uh, publisher here. So whatever the publisher the team is working, so we need to use that one only. If you are working with a different solution also, it is fine, but don't create your own publisher. So ask your seniors which publisher we need to use. That is a mandatory thing. Okay, don't create your own publisher. Already team will create one solution, like your manager or like team lead will create one publishers. We need to use that one. Okay, I hope everyone is clear. Can whatever the solution if you want to create, you can create, but don't create publisher, new publisher, and don't use it that one. Okay, once we have given the display name and name, so it will appear the create button. Once we create, so this is how like solution will create. Once solution is created, so this is the UI, like uh, in left navigation. So this is the left navigation, we can call as a navigation. Here if you see, right, these are all components. Okay, apps we can add, cards we can add, like flows we can add. So data workplace we can add. This is table. So in in previously in like in classic mode we will call as an entity. So now in in power apps we are calling as a tables. Okay, so whatever the tables we are working, so we need to add, or if it is a custom entity, so we need to create an entity here. So if you want to like work in the out of the box entity, just we need to add that entity, and whatever the component it is required, we need to add those components only. Don't add unnecessary component into your solution. Okay, so and what we have discussed once, huh, once we added or created any like table, so by default like CRM it will give this navigation columns is nothing but a fields and relations, keys, forms. By default will once we created a entity, by default three system like forms will create. One is card form, main form, and quick create form. So mainly we will use the main form to like in UI interface to get the data from the users. Views, so views will why we need to use the views and all, I will in the later session I will explain. It's a simple thing only. So if you want to like filter your data, so we can use the views. For example, I want to like uh, see only active students means, so we can create an view, and we need to give the uh, formula. So we need to like set that status equal to active. So that like technical things how to create a views, and like how we where we need to like configure the conditions and all, we'll can discuss later. Charts and dashboards, business rules and command, these are all the things we can discuss later. Because this is the things yesterday we have discussed, and like we have discussed all the field like what are the data types is available in briefly, not in deep. So what are the fields types are available in the CRM. So these are all the, by default if you create any custom entity, so by default CRM will provide for this out of the box fields for the tracking or audit purpose, or like business tracking purpose. Okay, so if you create any custom fields, right, this is the custom field. If you see, remaining all fields out of the box fields, how I can say remaining except this field, remaining all the fields are out of the box fields means we don't have any prefix here. For C, if for names we have the prefix, right, LUIT, it a prefix. So this is our custom field like we have created for our project purpose. This is how we can, based on the like prefix, we can identify whether it is a like we created, or this is an out of the box field. Okay, and today we'll what we will discuss, what is the relationship and what is the forms. These two topics will today we will cover. What is the entity relationships and what is the form, how the form skeleton is, like how the form we can design. For example, if I open any records in contact in account entity, this is main form. Okay, first we will go to the relationships. In CRM, we have three types of relationships. Okay, one is to n is to 1. If you see here, right, one is to many, many to one, and another one is many to many. We will call like as a simple terminology like one is to n. I will give one example. One contact can have multiple accounts. For example, one company can have the multiple like employees and many to one in vice versa. One company one account can have multiple accounts. One contacts can have multiple accounts and many to many. For example, if a student can have like multiple courses, a student can learn multiple courses. So this is the three relationships in the CRM, like 1:n. One account can have many contacts, okay, and many to one. Many contacts belongs to one account, and many to many. Student can enroll in many courses, and courses can have many students. So if you create like a relationships, I will create one relationship. For example, if you go to account, if you see here, right, so some relationships is already created, many to one, many to many here. If it is a many to many, right, so we can see both sides. Like account, we can see the site components, and in site components we can see the many accounts, like that, in vice versa. But in the one to many, in account we can see the processes, many processes, like that. For example, I will show you here in real time. Ha, if you see here, right, one parent, here one parent, one parent record can have multiple child records, right? Like that also we have here. Here if you see, right, this is contact. One contact can, sorry, one account can have multiple contacts. We can create, this is 1:n relationship. One account can have multiple contacts. If you create 1:1, 1:n relationship, this is how. In vice versa, in reverse, if you create a 1:n relationship in contact, one contact can have multiple accounts. This we can call as a subgrid. So this is the three relationships, and deeply, like, I will create the relationships and I will explain later. So if you open any like uh, form, right? So if you see any lookups in the sense, it is a relationship it is a relation between another entity. Okay. If you have, if there is one lookup means, so 1:n relationship. For example, if you create a relation one to many, for example, account to contact, okay, in contact entity lookup will create in 1:n, 1:1 many relationship. In if you create a relationship in the account entity, lookup will create in the contact. For example, in many to one, if you create a many to one relationship in the account, okay, the lookup will create in the sorry, account entity itself. In the how we need to like simply like identify 1:n. For example, one means account, n means contact. In contact, n entity, so the lookup will create. Always the child entity, in it will create the uh, lookup. Okay, then forms. So this is the forms I already told, like we have three types of forms. We have like card form, quick create form, and main forms. Usually we will use the main forms for the to get the data from the like users. Quick create form I will show you quickly. Ha, this is we can call as a quick create form. So if you want to like create like a minimum input, so we can use the quick create forms to get the data from the users. Max we will work on the main forms only. Okay, in this is the main form, and if you see these are the, we have like in the above we have like summary, pending activity, details, scheduling, right? So this we can call as a tabs. In one form we have multiple tabs or multiple sections. So first of all we should know what once we open the any form, so the structure, like this is the complete form, and in the form, so this we can call as a tabs. Okay, in each tab like we'll have multiple sections. For example, account information is one section and address is one section. Okay, in one tab we'll have multiple sections, and these are the, we can call this one as a fields. In a form, and in the form we'll have tabs, under tabs we'll have sections, under sections we'll have the fields. Fields in the sense columns. Okay, and below we have the subgrids. This one we can call as a lookup, and this we can call as a subgrids. This contact is a subgrid, and opportunities are one subgrid here. Cases are subgrid for this account entity. Okay, so entitlements are the um, subgrids for this account entity. And if you see here, right, this part we can call as a header of this form. This is header, annual, and everything is there, right? So this we can call as a header section, and this we can call as a tabs. So each tabs will have multiple sections, and each sections we have the multiple fields as well. This we can call as a timelines. Are you clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I will create like what we call relationships. Okay, for example, in account entity, see, once we click this drop down, okay, new relationships, how many like we have, like one to many, sorry, many to one, and one to many, and many to many. For example, if I create a many to one, by default we are creating on the account entity, that's why it's locked. So we need to create, for example, if you see here, right, account is a many means n, and this is one. Here we can call as a many to one means n to one relationship. For example, student we have created, right? Student name we have created yesterday, I guess. This is the lookup name. Okay, student name is a lookup name. If I create one to many, so if I create a one to many relationships, okay, lookup, always the lookup will create on the n, wherever if it is n. For example, this is n, many to one means, see, this is n and this is one. So the lookup always create in the contact entity. Okay, student name is the display name, and done. Okay, now I have created this one like a many to one. Now I will create like one to many, one to many. If you see one to many, so it will reverse. See, this is one and this is many. Again I will student. If you see here, right, in the student, in the student entity, so the lookup will create now. I will show you, and I will create many to many relationship also. If you see, the relationship will create in the both tables, a student table as well as the account table. I will show you in the form. Go to forms, and open the account main. Whatever the relations we have created, right? How it will be created in, I will show you. Huh. If we say student name is created as a lookup, what is the relationship here? 1 to account is 1 and student is n. Sorry, account is n, student is 1. For example, I will draw this field in somewhere and I will show you in the uh, form how it will be look like. And I will go back, stay, this publishing. So if you create a like a n is to 1 relationship, many to 1 relationship, here the lookup is created in the account entity. And we have created 3 relationships. One is many to one, one is to many, and many to many. In the first one, many to one, we have created for the account. That is the reason the lookup is created in the account entity. And next, we created a relationship one is to many. So we'll see. So here we can see only one lookup is created, right? And we'll open the see. We have used all student name only. Student name we don't have, only one. One is like many to one we have created. That is the reason we have only one lookup here. And if I go back and open the student here, forms, and go to the relationships. If you see here in the student we have created a many to one, and here if you check, if you see here, one to many, it is created here, right? The lookup will create always if it is a 1 is to n entity, lookup will create. If n is to 1, in the n entity only lookup will create. If it is a like n is to n relationship, right? So the separate lookups will not create. It will create a separate entities like in the both the entities. Once we created this one, so we need to publish this. So I have already published the relationships. Okay. And if I go back, if I open any solution, and for example, if I want to do any customizations in form, I told you, right? This is the main form. As we have added like all the forms for components. So in real time, so if you want only one form, so just we need to add that form only, not include all the forms. Okay, whatever the form you are doing customization, just add that form only. Like we have published, right? I will refresh and I will show you how the relationship will look like. I will show you classic as well. Mostly practice on the make.power.automate portal only, not in the classic. Just for your understanding only, I am opening the classic and I am explaining. The student, we added student field here, right? we have added here and it is not visible in the account. Let me hard refresh. Student I added. Account entity we added. We just added that lookup in the account entity only, but it is not visible. Let me check. Don't have any label. Okay, should visible. This is the classic. Previously, we are using this like this type of like a design. As I told, right, this we can call as an header, and this we can call as a body. And down we have this is a footer. If you see here, right, header, footer, and body. If I click body, so it will select the body. If you see here, right, like some blue line is selected already. If I click header, header will select. If I click the footer will automatically select. So header usually, so what are the fields we will like put, right? Status fields. So what is the status of this record? That field we can put here, and owner. This is the two like major fields we'll see in the header section, are created by or created an owner of that record, or status of this one. Like these are the like a main mandate, like sorry, not mandatory, these are the like common fields we can see in the header. In summary, in the body, so we can use all common fields. For example, if it is a student like entity, so we can use all student related like fields: student name, student age, date of birth and student age, student gender, email id, phone number, address, student father name, mother name, like this kind of fields, all the like complete uh, fields related to students, so we can use in the body itself. If you see here, right, summary tab. Okay, and in under summary, so we have these sections, like account is one section, um, this social pan is one section, and this is one section. And the forms, like if you want to do any customizations and in the forms, right, first of all we need to add one tab. Okay, for example, in the classic window, we'll have this one, this kind of like UI we have. For example, this one tab. Is it if you want to like design it in your like form as a one tab, or if you want to like visible as a two tabs or three tabs. Okay, this is one tab design. In one tab, so we have multiple sections. If you select this one, right, so it will be two tabs, and in the tabs we can add multiple sections. See here, right, student is here. In student, If you want to add like uh, uh, tables, right? For example, I am adding one. See, if I click like one column table, right? So this is table, it is added. For example, uh, account info. I have given as an account info. Label name we need to change. If you see here, once we created the a table, so this is the like a name of the table, tab, name of the tab, and label of this label we need to give whatever the like name here it is displaying, right? We need to give that one. Okay, once we have given, if you want to like visible by default, so we can check this one. If you want to like available this tab on phone also, we need to like check this one, show label of this form. So we need to like by default these two fields are be checked. Expand this tab by default. For example, if I uncheck this one, right, whenever I open this one, it will be not showing as a expanded. Okay, based on the like client requirement, like I want to like expand my form, my tab, and open up this account entity. For example, my client told me to like their requirement is whenever I open this account entity, so I want some summaries tab should be an expanded, or summary tab should be by default one. Okay, in that case, like we need to select this one. Okay, and in section, so here if you see, right, like if you want like how many sections if you want, we can add. Like if it is a one column section, two column section, for example, if I add two column section, right, if you see here, two column sections is added. If you want to like this is already added with section, and if you want to do any like changes here, right, in format we can change directly. If you give two, it will divide as a two sections. So here we can add like whatever the fields you want, we can add. Just drag and drop like this. So in tab we can create a sections, and in sections we need to add the fields. Okay, if you see in the below, see details is a tab, and it will expand and collapse. In details we have three sections they have added, and three sections they have divided, and they have added in the different fields. And company related fields they have added here, and contact related field they have added here, and billing related field they have added in the sections. Okay, so I will recall this today's section. So today we have created three relationships. One is to n, and n is to 1, and many to many. So if you relationship is nothing but a lookup. If you create any lookup, right, so that will call that is a relationship to other entity. Okay, for example, in a parent entity, if you want to like show the child records, we need to create one is to n relationship. Okay, in child entity, so if you want to show if you want to like show the parent who is the parent of the child, so we need to create the so n is to 1 record, n is to 1 relationship. In many to many relationship, in both vice versa, so it will show. Okay, so that is we discussed. And forms, so in forms, what are the how the forms are been designed. In forms we have tabs, in under tabs we have sections, under sections we have the fields. Okay, so
One question.
yes, please.
Here, while giving the one to many, many to one connection, we can give make it as a primary key and foreign key. We have to mention, right?
No.
No, not required.
Primary, not required. Primary and foreign keys are like different topics.
So different topics only, but while connecting the one table to another table, we can use like
No,
primary
that
key,
is
foreign
your
key only, right?
no. That is different concept in SQL and CRM. It is a different concept.
Yeah,
Relationship.
CRM also it is there because I also worked on under the CRM also.
Uh-huh. No
So
need to give the like any specific any like keys while creating the relationships in CRM.
no, it is there. Can you check it?
Mhm. While creating the relationships, you mean to say, so we need to give the keys you are saying?
Exactly.
No,
Not required. Huh?
not required. Keys are not the concept in relationships. Keys
No,
is
no,
different
not. It is
concept.
not concept, but
Ha,
while
no,
connecting
no,
the
no,
table,
no,
because
no,
one table to another table, there is a primary key. So based on the primary key and foreign key only, the relationship structure has to be generated, right? So
no.
only
For
table to table.
example,
There is no
ha,
field. Only table to table. You are saying
yes,
right?
yes. If you see here, right, this is the relationship we have created in one is to many relationship. If you, I will
Hmm.
select and show you. See here, right? And if you see in the entire like relationships, we don't see any like what do you call keys.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
know if you.
yeah. That's what query. So no
No,
need
no,
to
no.
select the columns or fields. Only
No,
table to table we have to make the relationship. That's what you're
exactly.
saying, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Fields are different concept, as you
Yeah, yeah,
told,
yeah, I
right?
know, I
Like,
know. So
what like table to table, we need to select the relationship.
table to table. So whenever
And if
the
you see here, right,
hmm,
related table,
hmm,
and this is the display name.
okay,
Here, contact is one entity, and student name is one entity only.
okay.
Both are entities only.
Yeah, both are entities. It is here join functional we can use in.
No. That is different concept.
Yeah, concept is different while relationships come structure is like primary key, foreign key, like that based on only the structure of the table and multiple the
No,
we can collect the multiple tables data in the particular structure like that. Here it is not like
no,
that. Huh?
not like that.
Okay.
Just table to table, we need to select. That's it.
Okay. So if you can, how can we make it just so if you want to generate the reports, I want to get the uh, data from multiple tables at a time. So whether it is duplicate will appear, right?
No. For example, if you want to like, for example, in account, I want to generate the account child records. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Parent
account
child.
is the account is the like one. So here like in GUIDs will generate for each records.
Mm-hmm.
Or entities also for if you create any entities, GUIDs will create like keys. Okay,
Okay.
one GUID means one account can have like multiple contacts means using that account. So we can generate like how many contacts are created for that particular record. I will show you
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Here it is, right? Account.
Mm-hmm.
This is the like parent account. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I want to like report. I want to like generate a report. How many like accounts are like mapped this parent account? Hmm. So if you select this one as a like in the views, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I will tell you how we are queried in the CRM. Hmm. Are you able to see this queue, right?
Yes. Yes.
This is the this is how we will like retrieve the data and will you create the columns. For example, um, parent account. And if you select any parent account, these are the parent records. Okay. And
Hmm.
under this parent record, how many like accounts are been like mapped this to account?
Hmm.
So it will show there is only one account is mapped to that parent record.
Hmm.
Ha. This is how we can like generate the reports.
Okay.
This is not a report. This is a view. So based on that like query, so we can generate the reports. So
Okay.
if you use this like views in the dashboards,
Hmm.
so there we can display this data.
Okay. Okay.
Ha. Okay, today, so you can, what is your like work, right? Just create any custom entity and once we created a custom entity, right? By default, like you will have one structure. Okay, there you can check the relationships before creating any like new relationship. Check like there is any like existing like relationships are like created or not. Okay, later you can like create three relationships, okay, with any entity, but note down that entity. So and check and open that entity and check whether which entity the lookup has been created. That is one task. And second task is open the any like a form or create any new form. Okay, just like build the structure how the form is. Okay, add one tab or in within the tab or add one or two tabs, and in the tabs add sections. Like in the first tab add only one section, in the second tab add two sections and add the fields, whatever the fields. If you want, you can add those fields and save and publish and check. Maybe tomorrow class in depth we can go to the fields creation and fields types. Okay, maybe next class, I don't miss the next class. So I will deeply explain the field like a field structure. So what is the data types and how many fields are there in the
Hello.
CRM? So what is the use of things?
చెప్పారా
So I will explain. Okay, don't miss the next class.
ఇదే ఒక ఫోన్ ఛార్జింగ్ పెట్టినాం ఏమైనా పట్టుకుంటా ఒక ఫోను చెప్తావా పాస్ పట్టే
I hope everyone is understand this today's simple class. This is simple one only. Tomorrow, like I will explain in the next class, I will explain in it very deeply. So what are the types are available in the CRM? So when we need to like use those fields types, and based on the form field format. So how we need to like what is the like fields types and what is the calculated field and role of field, everything I will explain in the next class. Please don't like miss the like next class. Any doubts? I will close the session. Okay, thank you everyone, bye.